My mama was always wondering, you can talk to me about anything.
It's for your family, and it's like, yeah, but do you understand that the generational curses that I'm breaking, some of them generations still alive. They still here. Like,
exactly. Be mindful of like the energy that y'all put into y'all kids because they soak up everything.
Parents are sitting down with teachers this week, and while academics are on the table, the bigger conversation is about what kids are really facing. From emotional stress to peer pressure and social media impact, which for many becomes more of a distraction, families are being challenged by the teachers to support their children in new ways, focusing on the emotional aspect just as much as grades.
Let's get it, let's go. Squad to the more show. So hot that you can't let go. More show. Let's go, let's talk, let's get it on the more show. So hot on the more show.
Okay, so I'm ready. What's going on, y'all? We are on the next episode of the Mo Moreau Show. This is a topless talk show. I am Mo Moreau, and this ain't your grandmama's talk show. Here we are going to get into the nitty gritty and really talk about some topics that are needed. And I know when you hear a topless talk show, you think like, man, I'm gonna see some titties, and I am, or you are for the most part. So we're gonna start with the libation and vibration segment, which is basically us paying homage to our ancestors and clearing the air of any negative energy. So anything that you went through this week, leave that shit at the door. Leave that shit in last week because we don't got time for that no more. So I am going to pour this for the ancestors. Get them a little something, okay? Some slight. So now we are going to make a toast to being bold, to being bare, to being unapologetically yourself, and to really just making a name for ourselves and saying fuck the haters. Yeah, the ones that still watching in the sidelines, but they be talking shit. Fuck them niggas. I'm screaming. So we are going to jump in with the news segment of the week. So y'all know school is about to start back, right? So that means get your ass up on time, okay? We don't have time to be late. We want to start this school year off on a positive note. These kids need structure. Okay, we got a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to dive too much into the political aspects as far as what's going on with the people that's in office. We're not going to talk about them because I don't want to get banned. But I'm just going to set y'all off with a couple of quick do's and don'ts for this school year to get your kids ready for school and set them off on a nice path. Do pack them lunch. Because what the fuck are our kids eating for school? Mystery fucking meat. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I feel like we had real lunch ladies. Like, we had motherfuckers that was actually cooking food. Like, the people that we have now, I don't know what the fuck my kids are not eating. And that's why y'all kids be coming home hungry as hell. They not eating at school. What the hell? Don't send them to school with no fucking bag of chips. That is not a lunch. Make a sandwich. Make them a fucking sandwich. Put some fruit in their lunch and give them something that's gonna give them some substance. That way they're not causing hell with the teacher and doing all that crazy shit. Y'all know how y'all kids be. Don't go up there acting like it be the teacher. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So, do show up for these parent-teacher conferences. These teachers are already thinking that we don't show up for our kids, so make sure that y'all are actually coming. If you can't go to the parent-teacher conference, at least let the teacher know that you still give a fuck about your kids. That's all I'm saying. I know y'all finna be mad at me for this. Let these kids express themselves. These kids are not fucking robots, okay? They come home and like, I really want to say this because I feel like we don't understand as well as we should. But as adults, we have vices. We have liquor, we have drugs, we have sex. These kids don't have shit but Roblox. And I know it's costing our whole fucking paycheck, but please let these kids be themselves. Let them do kid shit. Don't have your kids doing no grown-up shit that they ain't supposed to be doing. Do support them emotionally, physically, and mentally, because the reality is these kids need us and we shape everything. So Don't send them to school and you had a bad day and now you yelling at their ass and now they go terrorize the school. Like, just really be mindful of like the energy that y'all put into y'all kids, because they soak up everything. They are like sponges, literally. Also, the last thing I want to say is to make sure y'all teaching kids things outside of what they teach them in school. Don't limit your kids to learning things only that they teach in school. And I say that because there's so much stuff that we learned, and we learned it outside. We researched ourselves. We went online, we read a book, read a newspaper, read something, but teach your kids something outside of what the school is teaching them. Because then when you get their report card or you get their homework assignment, you're like, what the fuck is this? Exactly.
Are we ready? I am. Because it's all about control.
This week's topless tribute goes to the amazing Janet Jackson herself. Born May 16th, 1966 in Gary, Indiana, Janet Demita Jo Jackson was the baby of America's most famous musical dynasty. But she wasn't just a little sister. Janet came to build her own empire. At just 7 years old, she hit the stage with her brothers on the Jackson Variety Show, and by her teens, she was already acting on Good Times and Different Strokes, playing characters but always holding on to a quiet fire of her own. Then came Control in 1986, the album that said, "This is my life, my name, my sound, my way, my shit." Okay, Miss Janet, if you nasty. Black feminine in charge. Janet gave us choreography and consciousness. She gave us soft power, sultry whispers, and political anthems. She told the world that black women could be sexy and serious, liberated and layered. And let's be real, Janet Jackson is the reason so many of us started covering our nipples with purpose. Y'all, okay? She made being topless an art. She made being freedom fashion. She turned scandal into strength. From Velvet Rope to All For You, she told us that healing is messy, that love can hurt, that pleasure is protest. So tonight, I lift my chest, I take off my bra, unbothered, in full homage to a woman who's never been afraid to bear her truth, to Janet, the whisper, the scream, the goddess in control. This tribute is for you, Miss Jackson, if you nasty, okay? We gonna light this candle for Miss Jackson. Period, boo. The Topless Tribute is a segment of the show where we pay homage to one amazing lady's boobs who I think is, you know, super fucking dope. Not just her boobs, but just the person itself. So each episode we will be paying homage to some great lady. If you have a great lady whose boobs you think that I should pay homage to, drop it in the comments. Make sure you let me know. I would love to hear who you guys have as, you know, a tribute, and who y'all would like to see on this show. I just want to throw this out there, one of my dream like tributes that I would love to have is Miss Erykah Badu. I'll say Miss Erykah Badu. Bada! She finna whip my ass. But I would love to do Miss Erykah Badu. She represents everything just feminine, free, unbothered, uncensored, and she's just always been that girl. Like, anytime you hear her, people know like she's that girl. So like, you know, just throwing that out there. But we talking about Miss Jackson if you nasty right now, so we ain't gonna talk about that one. But I love Janet Jackson. I love her vibe. Y'all see I got the big hair, you know, it's giving the blackness, the, you know, the bondage. It's definitely giving Miss Jackson if you nasty. Miss Moreau if you nasty, okay? So now we are going to jump into this interview. I am super excited with the guest that we have coming on here today. We have none other than Miss Teflon herself. The brave, the bold, the free, the beautiful, the safe space of it all. Y'all help me make some noise for my homegirl herself, Miss Teflon.
I'm gonna make some noise for myself.
As you should.
What's going on, girl?
Nothing much. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I mean, like, it was just when. Not if, but when.
Definitely. Definitely. I feel that.
Strength and guidance in a box. You're gonna get situations that's like, here's the opportunity to be strong. So welcome, you guys. I am here with Teflon, but she needs no introduction. I want you to tell the people who you are and why you are so superly dope, why you're on this show. So go ahead.
Well, thank you again for having me on here, girl.
Of course.
It was definitely a question of when, not if, like you said. And for me, you know who I am. Y'all know what it is. It's your girl, Safe Space Teflon. I create safe spaces for people to vent their shit out, for you to come and be vulnerable, for you to put your devices down and look each other in the eyeballs and get real with each other. And I also want to say, a lot of times people think that because I create safe spaces for you to come and like get your trauma out and to heal, I am not Jesus, okay? I will still fight you, okay? I'm still going through my healing journey as well. I just create the space for us to get to those traumas so that we could get them out and heal them, okay?
So I love that you said that because that actually ties into my first question. My first question is, what is Safe Space Teflon?
Okay, so Safe Space Teflon itself is just my persona, but what I do is host a monthly event in the city of Chicago called Safe Space. And basically, like I said, what we do is we create safe spaces for people to come. So you come in, you be quiet, all right? You take your shoes off, you give your phone to silence or you turn it off, do not disturb, and I am very, very keen on that. And a lot of times I don't like for people to videotape either. Like you might be able to voice memo, but I don't like people to record so much because it is a safe and sacred space and it is opening up for vulnerability.
So what inspired you to create Safe Space Teflon?
Girl, I grew up with two parents who were emotionally avoidant and unavailable. And to no fault of their own, okay? I don't blame my parents for that. I don't hold it against them, and it's not no shade to them, but that's how I grew up. So it wasn't easy for me to talk about things. It wasn't easy for me to bring things to the table. My mama was always one of them to be like, you can talk to me about anything.
Like a mother. Soon as you talk to them.
And then, a whole different reaction that I just wasn't expecting or needing. So I really created it for myself. Like it came out of a need for me to feel like, man, I know I'm not the only person that feels like they need a container for their vulnerability.
Yeah. Does that play into you? Because I know that people don't know this, but you're a mama. We're both mamas.
Yeah.
We're mothers.
Yes,
so
we are.
Put some respect on our motherhood. But does that play into like just your parenting styles and things that you go with your baby?
Absolutely, absolutely. My daughter, so I have a little baby girl. She's not a baby, but she's my baby.
Forever.
Forever. Shout out to her. She just turned 15. Happy cancer season to all y'all that's out there, whether we're here or there. See? So you get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it plays a huge part in it because I always want her to feel like she can come and talk to me regardless of what the issue is. And I want to be genuine about that. So I'm very careful and cautious to be present with her, to not overreact, just to let her know that you could come and talk to me literally about anything.
I love that. And I literally, even though they didn't see this before the show, but we was talking about this and saying like that you are literally like, we are generational curse breakers.
My God.
How does that feel being a generational curse breaker? Because people think that it's one thing and it's hell on wheels.
So I won't get into the deep dive of the generational curses that are being broken on my end, but I think it's very akin to when people be like, oh, self-care, and you think it's just bubble baths and spa days and lighting sage around your house.
Exactly.
And we not talking about the snot that's coming out your nose and the ugly crying that you doing and the days you on your face praying to God or your ancestors or the universe or whatever you connect to. So being a generational curse breaker, that it takes a lot of strength. And there have been plenty of days where I have been hit back with my traumas. Like, oh, I'm still finna put it in your face. Are you really healed? Are you really done with it? Are you really finna break this curse? So it's a heavy thing to carry, bro.
And I love that you said that because I feel like even with praying and asking for certain things, asking for strength, asking for guidance, like you're not gonna get strength and guidance in a box. You're gonna get situations that's like, here's the opportunity to be strong. Here's the opportunity for patience. Here's the opportunity for,
and it's gonna test you in the worst way possible. I mean, in the best way possible for your growth and development. But in the time that it happened, it's like, oh, okay. Who told you I was your strongest soldier?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
I didn't ask for this. This showed me. I ain't told it.
You hear me? So yeah, that's a great question though, because a lot of people do think it's like, oh, you're breaking them curses. You're doing this for your family, and it's like, yeah, but do you also understand that the generational curses that I'm breaking, some of them generations still alive. They still here. Like,
exactly. So
we battling them in a lot of ways. So
you're like a real life superhero.
Gee, you too. Fuck you talking about superhero.
I've always wanted to be a superhero with the cape, and like it's 2025. Why don't we have we are literally superheroes,
and we are.
So I also wanted to ask you, this is a topless talk show. We're gonna get into the topless. I know y'all want to see this. Okay.
I'm ready.
But what does being topless mean to you?
That shit is freedom. It really is. So, and I also want to point out that let's stop making such a big deal about it, okay?
Okay, then.
These cities, okay, they're just cities. They nurture, they provide, they feed. They're just cities. And also, can I say, my brothers walk around with their areolas out all the time, and nobody's making a fuss. Nobody's making a fuss about it. So, for me, though, it really does just represent a sense of freedom and a sense of you just taking control of your own body. You know, you're not going to let anybody dictate to you what you can and cannot do with your own body. So that's really what it means to me.
Yeah.
Like, let them free.
Let them loose.
I like how Janelle too said. Janelle Monáe said, "Get up off my areola." Okay,
put some respect on my areola.
Get up off of it.
How do you? I'm screaming. How do you maintain your sense of peace in a world that often tries to mute Black women?
Ooh, man. That's such a deep
one
for me. Oh my gosh, that's such a deep one for me. Man.
In a way that makes you feel...
Yes. So, I be smoking. My name is not Teflon Spliff for no reason, okay?
She be smoking!
Now, I am not a doctor. This is not an endorsement for nobody to go start smoking, but I be smoking, boo.
Yes.
And on top of that, I do also like to meditate. I am a person that will smoke and put on some gospel music. I will absolutely do that. So I have to sing. I have to. If I don't sing, please check on me. And I'm not saying I'm the greatest singer, but this is my
you gonna get these songs.
You finna get these notes, whether they on key or not, okay? But I have to sing. I have to smoke some good herbs.
I ain't gonna lie, I smoke too. I'm a stoner. That's how we actually met.
I love a good woman herb dealer.
I do too.
Okay. But yeah, so that keeps me grounded, and I love being outside. Like, so being around plants and greenery, that's why this atmosphere is such like, oh, this is beautiful. But being around plants and greenery, like the botanical garden, I love going to the arboretum, even though I can't say it. It's
okay.
That place with all the trees.
You said it.
Thank you. But yeah, that's how I do it. I like, also I think being an earth sign, Capricorn in the building.
Okay.
I think being an earth sign, I really have to touch some dirt and touch some grass. Like when people say that, a lot of times they be trying to be snooty, like, oh, go touch some grass. But I think that's good advice. Yeah. You should go touch some grass. And I like to put my pussy on.
Okay, she let it breathe.
Recharge it. Okay.
Should put them once again. Okay, so what is one taboo thing that is off limits that you think people should talk about more? So something that's like
sex.
Okay.
Sex.
She said sex.
Sex. 100 times sex. We all got here from some form of sex. We should be talking about it a lot more. And I'm not saying you got to talk about it over dinner. But the way people recoil and are so afraid to talk about sex and aspects of it is so strange to me. Yeah. I came up in a time, and I might be aging myself, but whatever, because I look fine as fuck. But I grew up in a time with this show called Talk Sex. And it was with a white lady named Sue Johansson. And
I remember.
Baby, she had them red frame glasses, and she had that short cut, and she was taking live calls. Yeah. So it was nothing off topic. It was nothing too taboo, and it was nothing off the table for her.
Yeah.
And that really inspired me. That and real sex, used to come on HBO and
Yeah.
they used to do like street interviews with people. Those people were lit, okay? They were
Exactly.
ahead of their time. So I would 100% say sex. People need to be a lot more open to talking about it.
I feel like that too, because I think that we learn so many different things in life and we never learn those aspects. And I feel like even with being a parent, like having something to, you know, having that to talk to your children about, because I hate that, like, I hate that we was talking about this before the show, but I don't hate it. That's y'all fault. That's not our fault.
Y'all wasn't here.
But just with being able to talk to your kids about that, talking to them about intimacy, talking to them about sex in an age appropriate way. So I'm not saying tell your child like, yeah, you know about fucking, but their friends, the reality is they talking about this shit.
Yes, they're talking to their friends who know as much or less than them.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agree with that. These age appropriate conversations, because at the end of the day, the kids are gonna be curious. They gonna want to know. So yeah, we need to talk about sex.
We
more.
was curious. I was curious. I'm not gonna lie.
The thing I always tell people is think about the sex talk you got.
I need my mama to be on this show.
Okay. And then we can go from there.
For real.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was gonna say was, just because I know you're a spiritual girly and I love that. What's one myth? I'm talking about one brother man from the 5th floor. One myth that people have about the spiritual girlies that's like not fucking true.
That we have it all figured out. I think that there is a huge myth that just because you are on the path to spirituality or on the path to enlightenment, that you are perpetually always there. You always got the answers.
Yeah.
You always know what's right from wrong. You always know just what to say and what to do, and that's simply not true. Like, we are bumping our heads just like the rest of anybody else trying to learn a lesson or figure out where they're going in life.
And the reality is we ain't supposed to. We, because everybody's story is different, but I think that's what makes it beautiful. It's so many fucking...
We'll get to that conversation
Exactly.
too, but yes,
I literally, like, when it comes to depression and mental health, and these are facts that I researched on my own, because I know a lot of people like, man, I'm just gonna take a trip because my friend put me on. No, I went and did the Carfax on this shit.
Yes,
so
yes.
I had to figure it out. So and a lot of the psychedelic mushrooms have been proven to help people that haven't been able to respond to even natural traditional therapy. So I really love that, like, man.
And I will also say, you know, a lot of the people that you went to high school with, they're not biologists, they're not physicists, they should not be making
Exactly.
They shouldn't be making certain things that you're buying to ingest to have a good time.
Yes.
Take it from the earth. She knows.
Exactly.
She knows the recipe.
I'm screaming. So, what is one thing that the world can learn from your story specifically? What's one thing that you would want to tell people about your story? Something important, like because I know it's a lot of things.
I am not going to play with you. I am the most unserious person. The things that I have been through should make me the most, like, stoic, serious, like, get out my face, I ain't got time for this person. But I am so unserious. And I think the biggest lesson in all of that is the things that you're going through, the things that you have gone through are real.
Yeah.
Your experience is valid, but it is always something to live and laugh for. There's literally always something to live and laugh for.
I love that.
So my advice will always be not to take your own self too seriously. Like, we all going to die.
Yeah. We die at the end of this.
All of us. Surprise. Spoiler alert. But we're all going to, end this part of it. Whatever you believe, this part of it is going to end. So don't take yourself too seriously, because you never know when that day is. I'm so unserious because I never know. I never know when the day is going to be the day. So I'm going to joke. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to cackle. And I'm going to do the things that make me happy at the end of the day, because Like this.
I think that is one of the reasons that I wanted you on this show, because I watch your story and I just love like a lot of the questions you ask, random stuff, and you're telling people to chime in. And sometimes people be stiff; they don't chime in. They don't answer the fucking question.
Shout out to the brave ones though, because y'all really be bearing y'all soul on the internet for other people to see, whether it's anonymous or not.
And I'm gonna do it every time because I never gave a fuck what y'all thought. Like, I'm what she said. We down at the end of this.
At the end.
So like y'all like living this cookie cutter. Like I really feel like living by that motto, and I just take something from everybody, and I love that you said that.
You're not wearing your retainers.
I didn't want you to melt.
I want to say thank you so much for having an amazing episode. Like, I've been wanting to work with you for a long time, and I'm just gonna, like, that's my thing. I want to give people their flowers while they still here. I don't want to wait till people leave and are not able to, you know, receive those flowers from watching you on social media to seeing you in person. Sis got me together and showed me love, so I'm forever grateful for that. Just even being able to talk to you like before and after this segment, the stuff that y'all did and didn't see, the stuff that you will see, the titties that you'll see. Like, I'm just grateful for that. Yeah. And I really want you to come back on the episode. So
I'll be here.
About your grandmother. We need some more stories, because y'all don't know how dope this lady is and how many stories that she had. We finna have a story time. We gonna bring our jammies and get our fucking glasses.
I love that. Yes. Thank you guys for having me. You can follow me at Safe Space Teflon. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Same name.
Cash App.
Can't miss me.
Okay. Make sure you are following the Momoro Show on all platforms. TheMomoraux Show. Also, if you want to listen to the music before the show, after the show, make a quick little cute little video. If there's a song that you hear and you can't get it out of your head, like the songs from our shows, make sure you type in the Momoro Show on Apple Music, Spotify. Really just stay in tune and make sure y'all subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, share. The Momoro Show. This is a Topless Talk Show. I am Momoro, and this ain't your grandmama's talk show.
This ain't your grandmama's talk show.
I want y'all to remember that all titties are beautiful. Okay, whether you got big nipples, medium nipples, I can't even see it. The nipples be in your mouth. You remember that all titties are beautiful. And if y'all watching this show, make sure when you turn on this episode, you take your bra off and you really hear me with an open ear and an open titty.
Let them loose.
I'm talking about open titty. How you
let them swing and let them hang.
One, I'm gonna have to do an episode so y'all can see that motherfucker. But they definitely, literally
in the face.
Get in there. Yeah. And auditioning and in the rotation of BCQ. BCQ is Body Confidence Queens. Shout out to Mocha Mocha and the other Body Confidence Queens. Yeah.